It is.
Okay, and here we go.
All right, everybody. So, in just a couple of weeks, Film Days is going to start on the Film Days Facebook group. Film Days, the Facebook group. And for those of you who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, basically what I'll be doing is spending the entirety of October, November, and December trying to cram in as many movies as possible. I'll be sharing posters for those movies, along with a little written blurb with some snarky bullshit on Film Days, the Facebook group. There's a link on the site's description. I'll link it in the description of this video as well. So if you want to just go to that, you can do that. Please join. Engage with me!
Sure.
Silence you. All right, so this is Cody again, in case none of you have seen the Sonic Adventure playthrough episode 2. He was the one that was joining me discussing Ninja Turtles and Pokemon shit.
Dark shit.
It got dark. It did get dark. Some turtles died and spent decades in a dark dimension or some garbage. So what we're going to really do to start things off is we're going to just discuss what the hell Film Days is.
Because I don't know what it is.
He doesn't know what it is. I might have described it at some point to him, but he's probably forgotten, and I've forgotten what I actually told him. So...
We're both forgetful people.
Yeah. So Film Days got its start when I was really little.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the month of October, and my family would go to my grandma's house every single day. And we would watch videos. And I'm like, you know what I want to do? I want to make October movie month. We're just going to watch a movie every single day, and that's going to be movie month. And then October ended, and I still wanted to keep watching movies. So I just made November a second movie month. But I needed to think of a gimmick, because I was 4, and everything needs a funny name when you're 4. So I called it, ready for the name? I called it Nova November.
That's my birth month you just desecrated.
I did not desecrate it. November was meant for science fiction movies. That was why I called it Nova November, because space.
Okay, fine. Space, supernova.
Because
okay,
outer
fine.
space and novas.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Huh? All right. Oh, don't worry. December's worse. So.
God.
So, November ended just like October did, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I want to keep watching movies. So, the movie we watched a lot was Yes.
You said that December has a name.
It has a name. Oh, we're getting to it.
Please tell me it's not Kris Kringle December.
No. It is not nearly that creative.
Okay.
No. So, one of the movies we watched a lot was Return of Jafar, which is the sequel to Aladdin.
Yeah, the second one.
The second one, yeah.
Because King of Thieves is
the third one, yes. And Aladdin and its subsequent ilk takes place in a desert. Deserts are, desolate.
You did not name it Desolate December. I should slap you. I hope you know that. That's a really bad name.
I was 4. I have forgiven 4-year-old David, and you should too. So...
I don't know.
You'll get over it. All right, so that's where that original block of just watching movies over and over again came from. Back then, it was sort of just one movie a night. As long as it wasn't a school night, we would watch a movie. That was it. And I tried to repeat this for the next couple of years, and then it eventually just sort of dropped off. I'm going to say probably around maybe the 9th or 10th grade.
What years were that for you?
9th or 10th grade, probably 2002, 2003 maybe.
My God, I was 7.
So are the days of our lives. So, probably around 9th or 10th grade, I decided to bring it back. And this time, I wasn't going to go with the silly names of my childhood. I decided to just call it Film Days. And this was the first time I decided to actually make a schedule of movies. So I would just take all of our VHS tapes they were still VHS at the time, all our VHS tapes, and I'd put them in the order that I wanted to see them in, and I'd just leave them in a stack next to the TV. My mother just loved me.
My mother would have a field day with that.
So it was the first year we did that was I decided I was going to make something special for Halloween. I was going to watch what I believed at the time was the scariest movie ever made. The argument can still be made that it is. I know people that won't necessarily agree. The Exorcist. The original Exorcist.
I mean, as a person who doesn't really watch horror movies,
Yeah.
when I was growing up, I couldn't watch E.T. because I didn't like how that little bastard
Oh,
looked.
ditto. That movie scared the fuck out of me. Oh
And
my
like,
god.
I made fun of it with my family.
Yeah, with me, any kind of tiny little person with human-esque eyeballs freaked the fuck out of me.
How did you feel about Gremlins?
Not so good. Gremlins 2 I was okay with because there was more humor in that.
Mm-hmm.
The
But
first
Gremlins
Gremlins
1
was way darker. Oh my god. I couldn't. That, and of course Chucky. Chucky was the worst.
Chucky had its own type of humor, though.
It
in my
did,
opinion.
but unfortunately for me, it went right over my head because I couldn't get past those fucking eyes.
Yeah.
That face and those eyes.
Well, any type of, like, doll. I'm sorry. Like, that's creepy. Like, because I used to have... My mom had this, like, old clown doll.
Yeah.
That she would put on top of, like... We had a mirror on top of a dresser. Like, it was one piece of furniture.
Yeah.
It was this giant mirror. She had it sitting up top. I'm sorry. That wooden little bastard scared the crap out of me. And the scary thing about those eyes, and it's not even like if they're moving in the movie, it's that if they just stand still, like they have in some scenes where they're just like, the eyes look like they're following you when they're not.
Yes, and I believe that was the intent. I forget what the special effects guy's name is. When and if we get to Demon Night this year, I'll be going off on his fucking ass, because
Can't wait
fuck that guy.
Oh, you're passionate about it.
No, seriously, it has to do with Chucky and his eyes. More on that when we get to Demon Night. I'm gonna make it my business to get to Demon Night. So, yeah, no, Chucky, forget it. My grandmother had a doll room, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
Oh,
it's
that's
a room
how.
full of China dolls.
Fuck that.
And that was our playroom when we went to see Grandma.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm good. It's not like my cousins trapped me in there several times.
It's not like I was traumatized in there, right? No. David wasn't traumatized.
But on the subject of Chucky, around that first official film days, the one we called it that was the year I decided I was going to get over my fear of Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided I was just going to watch all of the Child's Play movies backwards.
Backwards? Why backwards?
Because that was the order in which USA was playing them for some reason.
Okay.
I watched
What was
Bride.
your opinion of it?
I thought they were great. They're
That's
some of
when
my
you
favorite movies now.
Now that you got over it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I told you, the humor's like funny.
Yeah, I mean, I still do have bad dreams about Chucky occasionally. That face is still fucking nightmare fuel. It's just the way it presents itself, the humor in some of these movies, it's fucking great.
The only thing... Okay, I remember one thing from the Chucky movies. I remember the ending for one of them. It's like the wife and the child like got away from Chucky, and he just started mailing bits and pieces of himself to them.
Yes.
That's ingeniously creepy.
And they're picking up on that in Chucky Season 2. Have you seen the trailer?
No. I haven't seen Chucky Season 1.
Oh, yeah. Watch Chucky Season 1 when you have the chance. It's really good. And Season 2 trailer just dropped a few days ago.
Okay.
But yeah, so we had The Exorcist as the movie. I don't know if I had any, what's it called? What? I hadn't gotten to The Sixth Sense until literally decades later.
Really?
Yeah. And it's not that the movie scared me, just it didn't interest me because I found out what the ending was.
Yeah,
beforehand.
That's one of those movies. That is one of those movies.
The ending is kind of the whole movie.
It is. Because once you know the ending, it's like, there's no point to watch it.
It's well acted. I will say that. If you just watch it just from that perspective, yeah. And I guess it's well directed. No spoilers, but the ending kind of makes the movie. Just saying.
You know, the opposite of Stephen King.
More on that later. We'll get to that. I have some disagreements on that. But I don't think I included any Child's Play movies as of yet. I don't think I owned them yet.
Okay.
The following year...
I haven't seen them, so I would like to see them.
We're going to watch Child's Play 2 this year. Child's Play 2 is arguably the best one in the series.
Okay.
At least of the original trilogy, anyway. But it wasn't until the following year that I actually got the VHS copies of the original quadrilogy, the first three, and then Bride.
Okay.
But yeah, and then, I would continue Film Days for a few years after that, and again, it would drop off again. And I think the main reason it dropped off was just I had other things to do.
Mm-hmm. Responsibilities.
Pokemon cards became a thing.
They did.
YuGiOh became a thing.
It did.
My money went disappearing down the drain because I decided to spend $300 on a Crush Card virus.
Which I still support you.
You support that decision?
I support that decision to
Jesus.
this day.
Jesus Christ.
A tournament Crush Card.
It wasn't a tournament Crush Card.
Then never mind. Piss off.
It was a gold rare Crush Card while it was still short printed. Thank you very much.
Okay, short printed. Okay, that
It
makes
was
sense.
short printed. It's not like they...
I still keep my Draco
eroded
set
it or something.
from Yu-Gi-Oh! From the XC era.
Yeah, it's just like... I was gone by that point.
Oh, I know you were, but it's still like one of those cards that's like
the black ones, right? The black.
Yeah,
the
the
black.
XC's card.
I have a few of those. I do have a few of those. I've got like that cockroach.
Oh, the busted motherfucker.
The rank 4 one.
The rank steel evil storm
something.
Yeah, I know
something.
it's the I know which one you're talking
about. You know
about.
what I mean, right?
The one that can chain destroy everything, affect every chain.
Something like that. I don't know. It was
banned.
That's funny. YuGiOh aside, we're maybe going to get to a YuGiOh movie this year. I'm not. I haven't 100% decided yet. I have been tentatively thinking about doing it for next year, but we'll see if I can.
If you do one, do the original movie.
I did that one a while ago. What I plan on doing, if I do one, it's going to be Bonds Beyond Time.
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't seen that one yet, and I've been putting it off for a really long time.
Because Anubis is weird.
Yeah, I know. What are you going to do when the monsters are really...
You mean what we've been doing all this...
You mean like for the past 3 seasons?
Oh no!
You know they turn real in the Shadow Realm already, right? Were you like hiding somewhere this whole time?
My favorite part is that in that movie, it's like they have this weird moment where he has the dog head, but his main model is just him with blonde hair.
It's just this big brolic blonde dude.
Like that's supposed to be the god of death. This swole mother.
It's Malibu from American Gladiators.
No, he looks like a real human version of that green guy from Street Fighter.
Blanca? He's human Blanca.
He's human Blanca.
Anubis is now human Blanca.
That is my headcanon now.
Yes. So yeah, again, we did continue a few years. It just dropped off because video games and trading card games took over my life. And then I think eventually I decided I was going to bring it back, but I decided to do it with like a theme. Mm-hmm. And this was like we're in like 2010, 2011 at this point, so it had been a while.
Still in high school.
It had been a while since I had done one. I was in my first apartment.
Okay.
The maintenance tech at the CubeSmart I worked at gave me his massive DVD collection.
Cool.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me do something with this. So I decided to do instead of necessarily doing a month in horror movies, a month in sci-fi movies, and a month with everything else, I decided I'm going to do this week's going to be sea monsters, the next week's going to be robots, and this, and that, and the other. It didn't last very long. That Film Days kind of tapered off too because...
There's not enough movies for certain genres.
No, YuGiOh.
Oh, YuGiOh.
YuGiOh was still a thing. I think it was actually around this time that I got that gold Crush Card virus. I'm like... Gotta use this shit, right?
Yeah.
I might as well. It's gonna take me a while to work this thing off. So,
there are so many virus cards now.
I don't even want to know.
Yes, you do.
That is a conversation for another day, possibly on a different YouTube channel. Okay.
Fine.
He does have a channel, by the way. I don't know what's on it, but I know
there's
he has
nothing
one.
on it.
You should put something on it. You should do YuGiOh videos.
I should.
You should definitely do YuGiOh strategy videos, and then tell people don't buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I will.
Some money.
I will. Jesus Christ.
Play the Yu-Gi-Oh video games.
Even then,
yes,
their most recent version of the game
was that cross duel shit.
No, well, yes, but dual Yu-Gi-Oh Masters. They make you pay for packs.
That's stupid.
For digital packs.
That's stupid. That is.
I'm really.
Can you actually unlock cards through regular gameplay though?
Like, to get mailed to you?
No, I mean, like, in the game you were talking about, like, can you unlock cards in-game? Or do you have to pay for
Well, no, you can't
cards?
unlock certain strategies, but, like...
Okay, but you can't, like...
The certain strategies are gate blocked by, like, gems, which you get by playing the game, but it's mostly to get more...
Well, it's too grindy to make it worth it. You're better off just spending the money. That's stupid. Fuck video game makers. Fuck these people. Fuck these people.
Us Yu-Gi-Oh players, we just want an online platform to test our cards. Make us pay a monthly subscription. We'll do that.
I mean, I'm surprised nobody made like a Yu-Gi-Oh version of like Pokemon Showdown.
They did.
They did.
No, they shut it down.
They shut that down?
They shut it down.
And Showdown is still floating around?
Oh, yeah.
So, hashtag the Pokemon company doesn't give a shit.
They really don't.
Oh my god. Alright, so back to film days. The hell was I saying again?
Sorry, I didn't mean to go off that.
No. I walked down the path with you. Alright, let's see. November, December. Yeah, so that dropped off again because of video games, because of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We came back the next year, and I decided to just go right back to the original format again. I wasn't calling it like Movie Month and November bullshit, none of that. It was still just called Film Days, and November. Deal with it.
I've just only heard of this. It's going to take some time to process.
You'll get over it. So
he says.
It was just he says and he's right. So I went back to the original format again. It was still largely one movie a night, and I continued like that for the next maybe year or so. We moved to Florida at the end of 2013.
Okay.
And when we moved to Florida, that first year, I didn't do a film days at all. Because we were still unpacking stuff. I didn't really have access to any of my DVDs or anything like that. We didn't really have any streaming services. We just had Netflix. But 2014 was the first year I decided to do a film days and share it with other people on the internet.
Via this method?
Via Facebook.
Via Facebook, okay.
And it wasn't through a Facebook group. It was just through my wall on Facebook.
So just your...
I would just my friends could see my posts if they were following my page. And then I continued like that for the next maybe 3 or 4 years. It was around 2014 that I decided I was going to try to cram as many movies as possible. That was when I started to try to do massive film days. Back at the time, in 2014, the most I did was 56, which isn't a lot. Over the course of
typically...
over 3 months, that's not a lot.
Oh, for 3 months. I thought you said you did 56 a month. I'm sorry.
No, 56 movies for all 3 months. Then in 2015, I got that up to 60-something.
So nearly one a day.
And then in 2016, I did about 80 or 90.
That's good.
2017, I did about 155.
Jesus fuck.
My goal, every year since then, has been to hit 300.
That's almost 4 a day.
It averages out to about 2 to 3 a day.
Okay, because it's like, okay, are each of these months 31? No.
No, October is 31, November is 30, December is 31. So it's 92 days, 300 movies.
So you do each day 3 movies.
2 to 3 movies. The problem is burnout.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's cost me that number the last couple of years. That and the end of 2020 was, I can't even remember what it was that stopped me from hitting it in 2020.
Was it maybe this thing that was...
Wasn't COVID.
Okay.
It wasn't
I was about to go on a whole tangent.
It definitely wasn't COVID. I think it was just that we were still unpacking stuff because we had just moved to Maryland in 2020.
Oh, so 2020 was the year you moved back to Maryland.
Moved to Maryland in 2020.
And you didn't move back, you just moved.
Yeah, we just moved too, yeah. We had visited a few times, but we just moved. So that might have been why that one didn't hit 300. I know for sure the reason it didn't hit it last year was because that was when we were moving into this house.
Okay.
And we had a lot of packing to do. I had to make a decision. Am I going to try to cram in another 50 movies in a week? Or am I going to just call it a day, throw on Avengers Endgame, and that was it for the year? And that's what I decided to do. So, potato chips. So the Marvel movies are like potato chips, you see? Because if you watch one of them, you have to keep watching them until you've emptied the bag. That's what I did. I had only planned on watching Thor Ragnarok and Endgame at the end of the year.
You did not.
No, I didn't. I had to put on Infinity War right after Ragnarok.
Because you had to know.
Because I just had to... I knew what was going to happen. I just had to be like...
It's... Okay,
it feels incomplete.
Marvel movies are one of those things, ever since Iron Man, like, came out, like, they've had this... Marvel movies have this, like, weird feeling to them that, like, they're addictive.
They are.
Because of their presentation.
They are.
Because if you honestly think about it, it's almost like I know people say, like, obviously it's like comic books coming to life, but no, it's like it's its own genre of the comics now.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah, it's the same format of storytelling.
Which I'm very impressed with Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any studio has ever successfully done anything like that, either before or since. Universal is the closest we ever got to that, and even that wasn't really a wholehearted attempt at doing a shared universe. The closest they ever got were, like, the House of Dracula, House of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Like, the later Frankenstein ones. Like, it started with Son of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein, House of Frankenstein, and House of Dracula. And those were the most closely knit Universal monster movies. Wolfman is kind of in there as well, because you can't really have those without...
Is that why, like, Hotel Transylvania is the way, like, the monsters they chose is what it is?
I think they just chose those monsters because those are the most well-known ones. Because most of the...
I like to think...
Because the original Universal monster cycle was, depending on how far back you want to go, Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
I think that was Universal. Might have been RKO. I'm not sure. Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy...
The Wolfman?
Invisible Man.
Really?
And then the Wolfman. Or it might have been Wolfman, then Invisible Man. Black Lagoon was, I think, after all of that. I think Black Lagoon was the 50s.
Okay.
Early 50s, maybe. I'd have to double check on that. But then they just did a bunch of offshoots of, like, Frankenstein and the Wolfman. They never really did that much with Dracula. They did, like,
they're doing a lot with Dracula now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, with Bela Lugosi's Dracula.
Oh,
They did Return of the Vampire, which wasn't officially stated to be a sequel to Dracula. It had Lugosi in it as the vampire, but I don't remember if they explicitly call him Dracula in that.
They just call him...
There was Dracula's Daughter,
Okay.
which was another movie that came out, which had debatably the first lesbian horror villain.
So basically Carmilla.
No idea who that is.
Carmilla is Elizabeth Bathory. So she inspired the first female vampire.
Uh-huh.
She was a woman who would take in actual human history.
Oh, this is an actual person.
This is an actual person.
Oh, okay.
Same as Vlad.
Oh, Vlad
Tepes.
Tepes, yeah.
The same as Vlad Tepes. Elizabeth Bathory was a woman who would take in girls into her manor, kill them, and bathe in their blood
as you do,
to stay youthful. Because that was just her beauty treatment.
Okay. I'm not sure if Dracula's Daughter went exactly that route. I know she I think seduced women, I think, in the movie. I've never actually seen it.
Yeah, basically what Carmilla does.
Yeah, I've seen scenes from it. Like, there was a scene from it in The Matrix Reloaded.
Okay.
Like, I think Merovingian's girlfriend, Persephone, or wife, Persephone, I don't know what their relationship is in the movie. Persephone is watching it on TV when she's getting her henchmen out there or some garbage. I don't know.
Some garbage. Anyway, back to what you were saying. I didn't mean to...
No, it's still on track. We're making good time. Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know how much we've done. Yes, phone. Oh, look. I doubled my activity goal for the day. Thank you, Apple. Sponsor me.
Sponsor him.
But yeah, there was Dracula's Daughter, and then they made Son of Dracula, which I believe was intended to be a continuation. That had Lon Chaney Jr. as Alucard, the son of Dracula.
I still hate the fact that Alucard is just Dracula backwards.
They got away with it in the 1940s.
They get away with it now. Are you kidding me?
Well,
there's literally a joke in. You haven't watched it, Hellsing.
The anime?
Yeah, but the abridged series of the anime. There's literally a joke where he's like, "How long? I still can't believe that none of them knew that Alucard is just Dracula backwards." To be fair though, we didn't know about that either.
You know, some of these abridged shows,
they're funny.
They're funny. I don't know. I've just been away from them too long. Maybe I don't know. The only abridged show I distinctly remember watching was like the Dragon Ball Z abridged and the YuGiOh abridged.
He's
That was
still
it.
going.
Which one?
Both.
Both?
Well, no. YuGiOh Bridge. He does like an episode a year.
Is it's still Little Karibo?
It's still Little Karibo.
Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, you said he had some like medical stuff going on, right?
Well, he always has medical stuff going on.
Probably like it prevents him from like working.
It prevents him from working as much as he wants.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like an entertainer person. Like he likes that whole feel and everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like his body just won't let him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So the Universal Monster Cycle is probably the closest we ever got to.
And then this is just
a
blown everything out
contingent
of the
universe.
water.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, other studios have tried. Universal tried again, several times.
Aren't they the ones that are doing the King of Godzilla movies?
That's Legendary Pictures. That's Warner Brothers.
That's Warner Brothers.
That's Warner Brothers.
So Warner Brothers is trying to get their own
MonsterVerse, and I think they're doing a good
on the
job.
way.
They're doing. I mean,
once
so
they
far
get
the
to
movies,
the double digits, then we'll talk.
The movies have been solid so far.
Yes.
I will say that the 2014 Godzilla had its moments, and honestly, from a formula perspective, it didn't really deviate that far from the original Godzilla movies.
No,
there was a lot of human talking and drama happening, and then some monster fight in it. I don't know if that was necessarily what they intended to do, keep it close to its roots, but they did, and then they made up for it, more than made up for it, with King of the Monsters in, 2018? 2019?
Yeah.
It's 2019, yeah. They more than made up for it there. Godzilla vs. Kong, still good. I don't think it was as good as King of the Monsters. Have you seen the sequels yet?
I have not.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we'll get to those. I don't know.
I do know that for some reason, King Kong has an axe with one of Godzilla's scales.
Yes, that was...
Which is weird.
Yeah, there's an explanation for that.
Oh, there's an explanation for everything.
It's not like it's something they don't address. They definitely address that. But yeah, so 2017 was when we blew up the amount of movies we watched. I think in 2018, I hit around 202.
Okay.
2019, I hit like 220 something.
And then 2020.
And then 2020, I don't even know.
You didn't because you said you were moving.
We were moving, but I stopped counting them in 2020.
Okay.
2021, I already know for sure I didn't do 300. I was probably in the mid to high 200s. I don't think I've ever dropped below maybe 230.
Okay.
Maybe 240. I'm not sure.
Are you going to try and beat it this year?
I always try. It's probably not going to happen. Because usually around mid-December, I tend to start burning out and not being as vigilant about it. Because part of what I would do is I'd get up, crack of dawn, try to watch at least one movie before I go to work. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that to myself this year. I'm going to have to get up at like 5 to logistically make it work.
Don't do that to yourself.
What I'll probably do is I'll probably do it for the first week or so of October, and then I'll probably give up on it. And I'll just watch them as much as I can after work.
Mm.
Sometimes I would watch them on the way to work, but that was back when I could walk to work. I can't do that anymore.
Oh, no.
So that's probably not going to happen this year. But at the very least, I'll try to get in a couple of morning movies. Logistically speaking, if I can start the movie by 6, as long as it's less than 90 minutes, it's doable. I'll watch it until 7:30. I'll walk the dogs, or feed them if I haven't already by that point, and I just leave. That gives me enough time to get to work on time.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a little different for me.
Yeah. So that's Film Days. This year we are planning on doing some actual video content for this YouTube channel and for the Facebook group.
That's why I'm here.
That's why he's here. He's the person that doesn't watch movies that I'm going to expose him to some strange movies.
Yeah, because the movies for me, like, I watched movies as a kid, but it was more like with my parents, they would throw a movie on and then just, for all of us, for all my brothers and me and my sister, they would just throw a movie on, put it on repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They wouldn't just, like, constantly throw different material.
They just watch the same ones over and over again?
Yeah, because, like, my sister, she had, like, this thing where when she was young, there was, like, 5 movies she would watch. Spirit, the Horse.
Oh, wait, you mean this Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron?
Yes, that.
It was Disney, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was animated.
It was, yeah, it had a horse,
Lady
it had a girl
and the Tramp 1 and 2.
Okay, 1 and 2, really?
Yeah, she loved both of them.
I don't know.
She liked animals.
I have questions.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Well,
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
And then I forget the 5th one. I think it was, ironically, not an animated movie.
Ironically, not an animated movie because she just liked animated movies.
Well, she just like, well, we were kids. We loved animated
of course.
stuff.
Cartoons. Like cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's Film Days. So this, again, we're going to do some more video content. Basically, one of the ideas we're going to do is going to take a big fat bite out of the Walker Brothers first viewings.
This is the first movie he decides to do this with me. How fucking dare you?
What? You don't even know what I'm about to say. So I'm talking about the reaction videos that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be videotaping ourselves watching a movie. And it's not obviously going to be the entire movie. I'm going to be cutting apart the pieces where we're not actually saying anything.
He's not going to be editing that much. I have too much to say.
We'll see. I don't want these videos to be that long. Although the longest movie we're probably going to do it with... No, it's going to be pretty long. No, we're not going to... No, I'm not going to do... I'm definitely going to be trimming it down because I do want to do Justice League. I want to do...
Well, Zack Snyder... Isn't that movie like 3 hours?
It's 4 hours.
Fucking hell.
I also want to do Seven Samurai with you.
Which is...
Also 4 hours.
When was that made?
1960-something, I think.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Yeah. Akira Kurosawa's arguably best movie.
Ooh.
Like, I mean, you know Naruto, right?
I do know Naruto.
You know the inspiration for his character, right?
Yeah.
Toshiro Mifune's character in this, so
yeah.
Now you'll actually get to see it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I am a big Naruto fan.
Yeah. All right. Anime. I also want to do obviously Holy Mountain, but that's not that long. So, and I don't think we're gonna do a reaction to The Stand. We'll get to The Stand in a minute, but I don't think we're gonna do the reaction to that. That's
we might do an after one.
Yeah, because you finished watching the Cinema Snobs video, right?
I didn't finish watching it. I got distracted because...
Did you watch any further than what we had seen here?
Of course.
Okay, then yeah. So you've seen some of it already. So I think the ones I want to do reactions for are stuff you don't know anything about.
Okay.
Or stuff that you know a lot about and have differing opinions from me. Like we're gonna do the Beowulf movie from 2007 that he dislikes. There's the finger. See what you did? You just demonetized my channel, but I can't monetize.
Oh, stop! No, actually, I found out.
I blame you.
I did a little bit of research.
You need 1,000 subscribers.
No, I know that, but as long as it's past 15 minutes, you can curse.
That's stupid.
Isn't it?
Robots controlling the internet.
Who would have thought?
With arbitrary rules about cussing. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. We'll be recording ourselves watching the movie. You'll hear some of the audio from the movie in the background because I don't know how to edit audio and I don't want to learn. So I'll be cutting that up, and then after we're done with the movie, we're going to record a sort of post-game of the movie. I'm going to call them Film Days post-games, and we'll be putting them up on the channel at some point after we watch the movie. I'll probably start the editing process while we're watching whatever.
Critic Hour.
I like post-games better.
Okay.
I like post-games better.
I just thought to give it like a movie spin.
Post-game's better. I like post-game.
Okay.
Because we're calling this the pregame, so.
Oh, well, okay.
It matches. Symmetry. So. Megatron.
Shut up.
The audience will never know. All right.
They will never know.
They will never know what that means, and we will reference it constantly. So, not being a movie person.
Yes.
What would you say, of the movies you have seen, if you had to pick a favorite, what would it be?
I don't really... So that's a weird question for me, because for me, movies, there's different... I like different movies for different reasons. Mm-hmm. Like my favorite animated movie is The Iron Giant.
Okay.
One, because it's nostalgic, because that's one of the movies I would watch as a kid.
Yeah.
But also because I also thought it was a lot deeper than most kids' movies would go. Because, I mean, for Christ's sake, spoiler warning.
Yeah, spoilers for The Iron Giant.
Made in 1990s.
Yes, spoilers for the
giant dies.
30-year-old movie.
Like, the giant dies at the very end, and it's like, not a lot of movies would have the balls
to do that.
To kill their main character.
Yeah.
The main focus of the movie.
Yeah, especially at that time, for movies geared at kids.
Because
at that point in the movie, I would say.
Which is also,
there were movies where the main character would die, or at least a main character would die. Don Bluth loves doing that fucking shit.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So much to the point where I'm like, wait a minute, did Don Bluth do this movie? And then I had to look, I'm like, oh, surely it wasn't Bluth, it had to be Spielberg, right? And then I looked at it, no, it was neither of them.
Well, because, like, okay, so, like, the reason that's one of like my favorite anime movies, one, because of the tone of the movie.
Because of the tone, yeah.
And two, the Iron Giant, yes, he's a character, but he's a child.
He is.
His mentality.
Yes.
You can tell he's a child.
He's Vin Diesel. I only say this now because we had just finished showing him, my wife
We
and
just
I,
watched the entire
Fast and the Furious
series over the
And
past
he's like
month.
obsessed with Vin Diesel now.
I'm not obsessed
Yes,
with him.
you are.
No, I'm not.
Lies.
It's lies and slander.
Lies and slander, I say.
But anyway,
Yes, Iron Giant.
live action movies.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, I like the Avengers movies and all that, but like those are more like grandiose, in my opinion. They're amazing.
Yes.
But I watch them to be amazed. Like, I watch them because the presentation, the work, I admire the work of those movies. Like, the work that went into them.
Yeah.
But when it comes to...
From a technical perspective.
From a technical perspective.
I see what you're saying. You appreciate the artistry that went into it, not necessarily your preferred watch.
No, but,
Okay.
like, that's why, like, when you all were watching the movie downstairs, like, I've seen it once.
Oh, yeah, we were watching Infinity War.
Infinity War. And
Yeah.
that's why, one, I had actual stuff to do up here.
Yes, yes.
And two, I've seen it once. I was impressed.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be in the mood to rewatch stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a thing. But, like, with live action, honestly, one of my favorite movies growing up would have to have been, like, oh, God. This is a hard one, actually.
Growing up, hard movies.
Shut up.
Growing up, hard movies. See what
I'm
I did
gonna
there?
hurt. I'm gonna hurt you.
See, it's a
porn joke.
It's an erection joke
It's a porn joke.
that I just made. And I regret nothing.
Honestly, if I had to say, like, my favorite movie of all time.
Yes.
Of all time. If I
Yes.
had to choose.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Yes.
In all honesty. God, I'm being thrown out this. Like, I knew this was coming, but, like, fuck.
Well, let's see. What's your favorite genre? Let's try to narrow that down a bit.
Well, with, like, genre, it's, like, action and...
Action is your preferred
genre.
genre.
Yeah. Like,
So,
I like
among
having...
the action movies that you've seen, what would you say you could not live without?
Could not live without. Like, I saw it and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Honestly? The first Spider-Man.
The Toby?
Yeah, Tobey Maguire.
It's
Like,
a very good movie.
I honestly
One of the
think...
highest grossing movies of all time.
Yes, but I also think it kind of goes back to that Avengers thing. I think its success is what gave studios confidence to do superhero movies, like, in modern times.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, you have, like, the Superman movies, you have the Batman movies of the 90s, but, like, that one was, like, all those were almost, like, satires of the characters, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they weren't really the characters.
Right, you're talking about the superhero movies from before Spider-Man.
Yeah, like, all of them
In
were...
the before time.
The dark times.
Before the Empire.
Before the Empires. That's another one. Star Wars. Holy crap.
With Mickey Mouse.
Actually, Star Wars... Okay. We're going off a tangent.
A new challenger has entered the arena.
Phantom Menace is not as bad as people think.
No, I agree. It's not.
Because I honestly think Phantom Menace, out of all the crap it gave us, it gave us, like, things we have now, like the Clone Wars. Like, we focus so much on the Clone Wars now because of how interesting the Jedi concept is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I also...
Jake Lloyd's just an annoying little shit.
He is.
That's it. That's the only
That's the
argument
only
I really have. Even Jar Jar, I can sort of get over.
You know about the theory about Jar Jar, right?
What, that he's like a Sith Lord? Or
Yes,
something?
and I believe that completely.
You believe that completely? I don't know about that. But all right.
No, even the actor...
I have heard the theory. What, the actor who plays Jar Jar believes the theory too?
No. Because if you actually watch the movie, there's a moment where Qui-Gon is talking to, we don't know yet, Padme on Tatooine.
Right.
Jar Jar is mouthing the same words as her. Behind her.
They animated that?
Yes. Because the whole theory is that he was this bumbling idiot.
Don't make me watch Phantom Menace again. Why
I'm
would
going to make
do
you
this?
watch Phantom Menace again.
Why would you do this to me?
I know.
Why have you done
But
this?
no, Spider-Man.
Yes.
Spider-Man. But like I said, I think
it is very good.
It is a very good movie. It's emotional. Like, I honestly think...
Arguably the best in the series. Like, Spider-Man 2 comes really, really close.
Yes.
But it's just fucking Willem Dafoe, man. He just puts it right over the top.
Oh, no,
every
he's
time.
amazing as the Green Goblin.
He's even better in fucking No Way Home.
Oh, he's amazing.
Oh, my God.
He plays both ends very well.
I know.
But no, my favorite... I like Tobey.
He calls Dr. Octopus honey.
Shut the fuck up.
He does.
He does, but my favorite... But it's not even because of Tobey. Because my favorite Spider-Man is not even... It's Andrew Garfield.
Oh, yeah, he definitely does a better job of the Spider-Man character.
Yeah, okay, I will say this. The best Spider-Man is Andrew.
Yeah.
The best Peter Parker is Tobey.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And then...
and you're not even the only one that said this. Did you see Nostalgia Critic talk about this in his old versus new?
No.
That's exactly what he said.
Really?
Yeah, when Amazing Spider-Man came out, he did his old versus new, and...
He's a better Spider-Man, but...
He said Andrew Garfield is the better Spider-Man, Tobey is the better Peter Parker.
Because Garfield, he seems like a jock.
He does. It's because his personality doesn't change.
It doesn't.
With Garfield. It's the same person, just with a spider suit. The idea was Peter Parker is supposed to be this nerdy character, and
when he puts on the
Spider-Man,
mask,
he becomes more confident, more wisecracking.
But with Garfield, it was just...
He was already like that. Yeah. That was him before.
He was having anger
powers.
swings.
Yeah, he's at anger swings.
And then, who's... God, how do I not remember his name?
What, in the new ones?
Yeah, the new ones.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, sorry.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's good.
Okay, I will say this. He's very close to Tobey with the Peter Parker.
He's close, yeah.
He's very close.
They still haven't surpassed
But
yet on the Peter Parker.
When it comes to quips as Spider-Man...
Oh, yeah, Garfield's got it in the bag.
Holy crap.
Because here's the thing. Holland's Spider-Man hasn't really reached the point...
Where he's himself.
Where he is himself. He hasn't reached the point where Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was when he became Spider-Man.
I do think
and
the next Tom Holland movie will.
I think so too, because I think they were all setting up for this. This is the whole trilogy was his origin story.
It was,
and this is something that I think Rob from Comics Explained even said when he was doing his review of
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah, he said this whole thing was an origin story, and it's fucking amazing.
It is it works as it's. What the cool thing about it is that if it is how they're gonna develop it,
yeah,
that whole thing is just the prologue.
Yeah.
What are they going to do in the main meat of the story? Like, that to me sounds really, really cool.
Yeah.
And to go back to the whole Spider-Man thing, the movie I could never do without, it set the stones for movies to take.
Oh yeah. It basically set the standard for what superhero movies could be and should look like. Like, what was Spider-Man was what, 2000?
Spider-Man, I believe, was 2002. I looked it up.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it was Spider-Man.
When did the first Spider-Man movie come out? May 2002.
It's 2002, yeah. X-Men was, I think, like 99. But I don't think it did as well. No, it definitely didn't do as well as Spider-Man did. Because Spider-Man was like...
Really? The modern one?
Yeah. Yeah.
X-Men from, like...
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman was 99?
Yep, I believe so. Let me just double check.
I don't believe that.
Man, 19. Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on.
It had to be in the 2000s.
It was before, but it was in 2000.
Oh, it was 2000.
It was 2000. X-Men was in 2000.
I still think X-Men was.
They were good movies.
But like I said,
but Spider-Man was just far. It did. Like X-Men tried, but it was still very much still in the school of, like,
satire.
Yeah, like what's it called? Like Batman and Robin.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
I'm not going to go that far. No, it's not like that. It's
the Bat credit card.
No, it's not like the Bat credit card. It was definitely more serious than that.
Oh, it was.
I'm going to say it's like, well, when was Blade? Like the first Blade movie. That was definitely before
That was
X-Men.
1990s.
That was the 90s for sure.
Which they're bringing him back.
They are blinging. They're blinging him back.
They're blinging him. They're making.
It's Mahershala Ali. He might be wearing bling. I don't know.
They're bedazzled.
I'm not even sure if that's
sidekick is
racist.
Little Nas.
Blade. 19. Yeah, it's 98. Blade was 98.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 1998. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Spider-Man, favorite movie.
Yeah.
All time.
Spider, because
I can respect that.
like I said, it just set the standard for not only superhero movies but also action movies.
Mhm.
Like, because they did such like big scenes with it.
Yeah.
Like the train scene is number 1, right?
Train scene is in 2.
Train scene is in 2.
Yeah, where he's
Oh,
like the shit.
Yeah. But no, the scene that really got me as a kid, because like again with those movies, they typically didn't kill people.
No, not usually.
But Willem Dafoe,
Spoiler alert for Spider-Man, in case we haven't made it obvious about what's going to happen here.
fucking impales himself with his own damn glider.
Yeah. Although I will say this,
Mhm.
the MCU does have a problem with killing its villains.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, even Rob has said this. On,
Oh yeah, I think
on
there's more
Explained.
potential for
He
the villains.
he said that is definitely a problem.
Because they're
And
gonna run out of
he
characters.
did. I think he did mention at some point in one of his recent videos about like Phase 4.
You know
and
who I
5.
think their next big villain is going to be after this phase?
Who? I mean, they've already talked about Kang, but you mean
No,
other,
Kang is
other than Kang?
No,
you mean?
Kang is for this one.
Oh, you mean for?
The next phase. Because
Are you talking about phase like Phase 7, that kind of thing?
yeah,
Okay, so like after the whole Kang Dynasty and stuff.
yeah, all that.
After that.
Because the first one was Thanos. This one is going to be Kang.
Okay, who do you think they're going after then?
I think they're going to do.
It kind of depends on where phases 5 and 6 go, but yeah, who do
Yeah,
you think?
but basically, I think a big supervillain. They're either going to do one Galactus, because that's too big to
Maybe.
pass up.
I mean, I don't
Especially because of the scale of the Celestials.
know. Okay, I'll have a comment about that, but go on.
Or Korg,
Korg.
the god of symbiotes.
Wait a minute. His name's not Korg.
Is it not Korg?
No, it's fuck. I'm drawing a blank on this dude's name. Symbiote.
God.
God. It's not Korg.
No.
Korg.
No.
Korg's the rock guy from Thor.
Yeah, shut up. I knew it started with a K.
I didn't know the answer either. I'm just saying.
But no, because he's such a big villain.
Honestly, I think we might see Null before that.
You think?
I mean, we've already got what's his face. We got Gore in Thor: Love and Thunder, and his powers are derived from
No.
Null.
Actually, yeah.
And they've already suggested that Venom has multiversal awareness. So the living abyss is a thing that's connected to Null,
Yeah, that's true.
and that's a whole sort of hive mind thing.
Spoiler alert, Venom is my favorite character of all media.
His favorite character. He has a hoodie and everything.
I have a hoodie and everything that I wear every day,
He wears the hoodie every day.
even in summer, and I hate myself for it.
In July, he walks outside
With it as my purse.
and he wears a fuzzy hat.
I don't wear a fuzzy
He wears a
hat.
fuzzy hat
Where is the fuzzy hat?
that says "I heart Eddie Brock."
I would. I really would.
I know you would.
I would.
All right. So yes, Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
MVP. I don't know if I've said this at all during any of the past videos. I know I've said it ad fucking nauseum on the Facebook group, but
I don't know this.
you don't know this. I'm sure I've told you. My favorite
Sure.
movie of all time is Planet of the Apes, 1968.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, Planet of the Apes, 1968, absolute favorite movie of all time. It is just so many fucking layers to it. It's got political shit in it. It's got religious criticism in it. The acting is fucking amazing.
Oh,
It's not. What's the matter?
No, I just thought of a movie that's really fucking good that has all that.
What political, religious? There's a lot of movies that are like.
But no, but like one that's like really set the bar for it.
What? When?
Prince of Egypt.
Ooh.
That's a good movie.
You mean the musical with Val Kilmer in it?
No,
Prince
the
of Egypt.
animated.
Yeah, it's a musical.
It is not a
It's a
musical.
musical. Oh yeah.
It is not a
Oh
musical.
yeah. It's over here somewhere. Prince of Egypt. Here's Planet of the Apes.
PR.
They're not the all the way fucking logo. Oh, Prince of Egypt. Yeah, it's right here.
This one.
That's a musical.
That's a musical?
That's a music. This is the one you're talking about, right?
I think
Over
so.
the camera. I don't know. It's kind of dark. You ain't gonna see it, but
No.
this is it. This is it.
I never saw it as a.
It's a musical. Val Kilmer's in it. He plays Moses. I forget who plays Ramses. This is gonna bother me.
Osmandius.
This is gonna bother me. Who the fuck is in this? Let me see. I'll know once I see his name. DreamWorks.
Was
Prince
it
of
really that bad? I
Egypt,
remember
yeah.
it being.
Oh,
really
I don't know,
good.
but I wouldn't call it bad. I wouldn't call it like this paragon of like. political religious satire.
As a kid show.
It's an animated version of the Ten Commandments. Let's just be real about what this is. Why am I not seeing actors on here?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look on the bottom. Tell me, look for Val Kilmer's name.
Actually, there are no.
They didn't put the actors' names?
No.
God damn you, DreamWorks Pictures and your DVD releases without names. Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt.
Prims with an M. Prince of Egypt.
And it was right here, yes.
Yeah.
I put it in the right spot.
Thank you. Prince of Egypt.
Who plays Ozymandias?
Go. Not Ozymandias.
Ozymandias and Ramses II are the same person.
Oh, really?
They are.
Neat.
I know this because of the game I play.
Where is Ramses? Ray Fiennes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's good casting.
That's good casting.
And oddly, I've only ever seen the movie like once or twice.
I've seen it more, but
it's
it's
good.
okay for what it is. I think it's a good representation for kids to see.
Yeah.
Although it is kind of dark, because it is the Ten Commandments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. No.
I wouldn't put it on the same page.
Not even close. Not even close.
Not even close.
Honestly, the any political or religious satire that you might read into it, I doubt was intentional. I don't think so. DreamWorks was not that ballsy. Not then. Not in '98.
Let me just tell you how bad my perception of.
I mean, they did Shrek. I know, but this ain't Shrek.
Shrek's not that good either.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying they had.
My mom
they had some more courage with Shrek than they did with something like this.
Oh yeah.
This is just a very kid-friendly adaptation of a Bible story.
Yeah.
With Val Kilmer singing, which I didn't know he could do until I saw the movie.
Which was very nice.
Yeah. He has a pleasant voice.
He has a pleasant voice.
Well, he did at the time, I know, but not now. Sad face. But yeah, no, Planet of the Apes, it really had, nothing I've seen has really come close to the level of love I have for this movie. And some of it, I have to say, is nostalgia, honestly. The ape makeup, it was just something I had never seen before, just the way it articulated their emotions.
What is your opinion on the current Planet of the Apes?
Oh, the Andy Serkis ones?
Yeah. Are they good?
Yes, I will say they're good.
Okay.
The first one is all right. It's a nice way to start things off. The second one, I'm going to argue now, is probably better than the first and the third. It's probably the best one in the series. The third one is also very good. I was of the mind back when it came out that it was the best.
But now that
I watched it again last year, and just, having watched it, it does drag a bit. The pacing isn't that great. There's a lot of just walking and talking and sign language and that kind of stuff. And there's some stuff that doesn't really make any sense, like some of the apes are doing sign language and talking to one another without looking at each other. It's like, they're doing this, but they're not looking at the signs, so how do they know what the hell they're saying? Some of that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like one guy's going like this. He's doing hand signs, and the other one's like, got you.
Yeah, it's weird. But I don't know. I think just the second one's just overall a more compelling experience. There's more action in it. The characters are a little more interesting to watch, even though some of them are a little one-dimensional. There really isn't much to the characters in the third one. It's really just Caesar and his team of apes traveling to save the other apes from Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
That's it. And Prison Break. That's kind of it.
It's just Prison Break.
The movie it's I think it's the longest in the series, and I think it's the movie where the least actually happens.
So you could probably cut like maybe.
Oh yeah, you could cut a ton. You could cut a ton of that out.
A fourth of it.
Yeah, it's just like some of the stuff you don't really even need. Like a lot of the traveling stuff wasn't necessary. I'm not even sure how you could cut it, honestly. It's just fundamentally made in a way that doesn't really work. What is that? Oh, Prince of Darkness. I've never seen it. It's good.
Anyway,
very, very creepy.
Megatron.
So yeah, Planet of the Apes is my favorite. You got your SpiderMan. Let's talk a little bit about Stephen King.
Okay.
So
great guy, I hear.
Great guy, yeah. So film days this year, we are just going for it. We are starting with The Stand from 1994. I've always debated. You all right there?
You said The Stand.
Oh, that's cute. Get your ass down here. What's wrong with ya? No. So I've been debating for a while whether I should consider all of the Stephen King miniseries as movies. I mean, I always considered the 1990 version of It a movie. It's 2 parts. Where do you draw the line? I mean, The Stand is 4 parts, or 3 parts, I think.
I thought you said it was 6.
It's 6 hours. So I think it's either 3 or 4 parts. I forget.
Okay.
But it's over the course of 6 hours. There are movies that are that long. Wim Wenders, Until the End of the World. What was that?
Strap in.
Strap in, yeah. I mean, you're going to be sitting there a while. But if the movie's paced well enough, or the series is paced well enough, it worked. And honestly, I think The Stand does work in that respect.
Okay.
But it does have a lot of Stephen King-isms. And, I don't want to retread a lot of what Nostalgia Critic does with his Stephen King reviews. I do just want to touch on a little bit of it. Of course you do, because you just saw the shits. So one thing I do want to talk about a little bit is the whole idea of the magical child or handicapped person.
I never got that. Like, I never understood the reason behind it.
Bill Fagerbach in The Stand. Patrick from SpongeBob?
Yeah.
That's him in The Stand. Yeah, he's a
child.
No, he's not. He's mentally handicapped. Or one might argue, in modern medicine terms, he's on the spectrum.
He's on the spectrum.
He
has powers.
He is undiagnosed on the spectrum. Again, that's probably politically correct today. I have not seen the 2020 version of The Stand that came out, but I don't know how they would have they approached that character. So, in any case, he's the example.
I don't think they would.
You never know. It's Stephen King. They still throw that shit in there. He's that character for The Stand. You got Duddits in Dreamcatcher. You got the main character in Silver Bullet, which is about werewolves. It's a kid that's in a wheelchair. He's got a handicap, but he's our main focus. Children of the Corn has a psychic girl for no reason. She sees the future.
I did see that.
Yeah, he saw that shit.
Best part was that preacher boy.
The Green Mile. You got Michael Clark Duncan's character, who is also mentally different.
What is such an obsession with that?
What?
Just Stephen King with the mentally handicapped.
I have no idea. Maybe he grew up with someone that had either a handicap of some kind or some other mentally abled person, and they just did wonderful things for them. I don't know. I don't know if Stephen King's ever actually addressed it. If he has, I've never seen him talk about it. But there's that.
Perhaps a little research is needed.
Maybe. I don't know. You do that. I'm too lazy. Small town assholes. Basically, funny, because he lives in a small town.
And I'm an asshole.
Something to be proud of. So, yeah, small town assholes. Every character except for the main group tends to be just the worst people ever.
They really are.
Sometimes they'll throw some Christianity into the mix, and
that's always fun.
Then it's even worse. I mean, watch Silver Bullet. I'll be talking about that shit at some point. I'm going to get to his endings, because one of the things people talk about with Stephen King's endings is that they're a little underwhelming. I'll get to that in a minute. There's always a character that's a writer. There actually isn't one as such in The Stand.
Really?
No. In The Stand, the closest I think we get to that is the singer. The musician, the pop singer that does that song Dig Yo Man or something. I don't know. He's the one.
I have no idea.
He's the one that hooks up with what's-her-face from Just Shoot Me. I forget what the actress's name is.
No idea what that is.
You'll see when we watch it. There's also this shadow organization called The Shop. They make a prominent featuring appearance in The Stand. They're also in Golden Years. They're in Firestarter.
Was he trying to make an extended universe of his own?
Oh yeah, he kind of already has one with the Dark Tower shit. The villain in The Stand is Randall Flagg, who is prominently featured as the villain in the Dark Tower novels. If you remember that Dark Tower movie with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey from I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Do you remember that? He plays the gunslinger, and Matthew McConaughey wears black. And
I think I saw bits and pieces of it. Yeah.
McConaughey is Randall Flagg.
Okay.
He's the same character we're going to see as the villain in The Stand.
So, The Stand villain is the same person as that person?
Yes, and I believe The Stand was Stephen King's first appearance of Randall Flagg, I believe.
Okay.
And he would make other appearances in later books as well.
Okay. Well, that's a way to make a villain in every series. Like that's cool.
It's really cool.
Again, back to that whole.
And he's sort of implied to be this devil figure, but he's not outright stated to be the devil. I think he's often described as sort of like a human sorcerer who serves a sort of Cthulhu-esque figure in like the outer dark. I think is what it's called. I don't know. There's a connection to like to Pennywise as well, with the same like dimension that he comes from. If you ever read Stephen King's it gets really, really twisted at the end.
Oh yeah.
Have
you ever gone into Lovecraft's like extended universe and books?
Not really, no.
It gets weird.
The only Lovecraftian shit that I really do is just like the movies that Stuart Gordon made and this one Spanish or Italian adaptation.
Like if you actually like read like if you actually do a little bit of research on like the Eldritch like gods, they're all weird. And one you can't say on the internet. You can't even say its name on the internet.
Do I want to know what this is? What is
Shahan Negroth?
Why are you not allowed to say that on the internet?
That's not its actual name. Think of the last part.
Oh.
And you know what it means?
Oh.
And you know what it means? The black goat.
Well, that's...
But he was also a known racist.
Okay. I see. Alright, so I'm not going to say what it was that he said. I personally don't see what would be as offensive just saying a fictional beast's name, but I can understand where it's coming from. There is the...
Because I'm probably not saying it right. Because if you say it
Is
proper,
it N-E-G or N-I-G?
N-N-G...
Oh, so there's no vowel in there at all?
I don't know. I'll
knowing the way Lovecraft made his, like, old gods...
Hold on.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were no vowels in the name at all.
Hold on. Lovecraft...
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start with that.
Oh.
Just the
spell. Here it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the word is just in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, alright, so...
You just name him Shub. His name is Shub.
The first part of the name is Shub.
That's a word. No more.
And I'm not going to say the word, but it's a word and it starts with an N. And it's it's not something I'm very comfortable saying.
Neither am I.
Yes. So Lovecraft was a big racist.
He's now learning.
I had heard that before, but I didn't realize he incorporated it into the names of his old gods.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, what? Alright. Getting sidetracked a little bit here, but yeah, that's something I learned today. Besides the magical person, the small town assholes, the writer, and the shop, is there anything tropey besides the bad endings thing that I'm not thinking of?
Well, as far as like because I haven't really like we mentioned, I didn't watch movies as like a kid,
right,
older movies.
From what you've seen of like the nostalgia critic reviews, were there any tropes besides the ones I've mentioned that I'm forgetting?
Like there's the asshole. There's also like this weird thing like where like the adults, like when they're involved with the special child,
yes,
they're idiots.
Yes,
they're just idiots.
Yeah, no, like I mean, just thinking about Green Mile, there were people that were just assholes around John Coffey, but they were kind of dumb too.
Like there's no like you hear what they do for a living.
There are a couple like in Dreamcatcher, the ones that were friends with Duddits, and this is the main cast, mind you. They don't always make the most intelligent decisions, but I don't know if that was necessarily an intent of the writer there. I think that's just me reading into it.
Well, no, it's just like
what example would you give? Like Children of the Corn, for example.
Children of the Corn. Just okay. You see a body on the ground. You throw it in the back of your own fucking car?
That would be the smart decision.
You didn't. No, the dead body was already there.
That's what I would do.
You're an idiot.
That's what I would do. I mean, who would?
I'd drive over. I'd see the dead body. Be like, okay, I'm out. I'm like your typical. I'm like any, like you know how like they have like, tropes for like characters like, any. Black person in like a movie. Like if they have, well, no. I'm not saying anything racist. Shut up. Shut up. No, like, if they were in a haunted house, like, setting, they would not... Any white person would be like, I'm gonna figure this out. Any black person would be like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well, I think that was the whole premise of Nope. Like, even Jordan Peele said it. It's like, when a black person sees something like that, they're just like, nope. And then they walk away.
Yes!
And honestly, I've seen Nope. It happens at least twice.
Nope.
It happens at least twice. What's his face? The main character. I forget what the actor's name is. He was in Get Out. He was in Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's just like, he sees something in the hotel, like, nope, and he just drives away. But yeah, so
I felt that way towards Casper.
So wait, are you what, Casper?
The Casper movie.
Casper movie? I found out something funny about that.
What?
It's just funny for me, I guess. Is you know when Casper, spoiler alert for Casper, he comes back to life at the end very briefly.
Very briefly.
Very briefly. The actor who plays the alive version of Casper his name is Devon Sawa.
Okay.
Devon Sawa plays both the dad and the uncle in the Chucky series. Like, I thought I knew this guy's name before. Like, where the fuck did I hear this guy's name?
That's actually hilarious.
And he's coming back for season 2. He's going to be playing a priest.
That's awesome!
This is going to be his third character being played in this series.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were saying...
Just fun stuff about Devon Sawa. So the tropes you're thinking of, something like black tropes, that kind of thing?
Well,
no, I know what you're saying. Not like black tropes, like racist shit, Birth of a Nation, like mammy shit.
Yeah.
You're talking about just like modern depictions in like black cinema now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can sort
but
of
like
see that.
also like they also have like the two ones I saw, the like Children of the Corn, and then what was the other one I saw? The plain one.
Oh, Langoliers.
Landoliers.
There's a blind kid in that.
Yes, who can see shit. We're not even going to get into that. That was dumb. But like
the whole movie is dumb, but it's funny.
The woman next to her, Nostalgia Craig even said it. The woman,
are we the new people?
Like she's like the blind girl is having to comfort the adult.
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Stephen King wrote your shit. That's what's wrong with you.
You know what? Fair point.
All right, so let's just get to the giant spider in the room. Have you seen it? Like any version of it?
Any version of it?
Stephen King's it.
No.
All right. Spoiler alert, he's a giant fucking spider.
I knew that.
It's a giant spider. That's the giant spider in the room. So there's this big thing where people say, oh, Stephen King doesn't know how to write endings. Even Stephen King himself cracked on it in It Chapter 2. I disagree. I mean, the problem isn't necessarily his endings. Like, I've read the novel Stephen King's It. The ending is fucking epic in that. The problem is adapting it to TV.
It's hard.
It's really hard. Particularly just a lot of his other stuff, like take It, for example.
Okay.
Not even looking at the ending.
Okay.
There is an entire chapter of that book just outlining the contents of Eddie Kaspbrak's medicine cabinet. That's the whole chapter. It goes item by item, what's in his medicine cabinet and why it's there. That's the whole chapter.
Why?
Why? I'm guessing it's just to show like what a hypochondriac Eddie Kaspbrak is, how neurotic he is, you know.
Okay.
That kind of thing. There's some shit in there that they can't do on television. There's the 10-year-old sewer orgy. Yeah.
What the frick?
Yeah. The kids get lost in the sewer, and the girl's just like, fuck me. It's a little more elaborate than that. It's a little more personal than that.
Because it's Stephen King, but...
I don't think he meant it to sound pornographic. It kind of did.
He didn't mean to make it pornographic, but it's pornographic. Okay.
I don't know. He's not that graphic about it. He is, at least not in that scene. There are sex scenes in his book that are very graphic. Like there's a hand job scene in Pet Sematary. Jesus Christ! What are you making notes here for pornographic shit in Stephen King novels?
Yep.
You ain't gonna read shit.
You're right.
You ain't gonna read that. Just watch the movie.
Just tell me in chapter. Tell me the chapter and page.
It's in the first chapter, I think. First
chapter. Then fuck it. I'll pick it up.
I didn't get very far into the Pet Sematary novel. What's his face? Dr. Creed's wife gives him a hand job in the bathtub, and they go in on that shit.
Do you know what book and movie scared the shit out of me as a kid?
What?
What's that one where the animals take over the farm?
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm. That shit.
You mean the live action one from like 2000 something?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. We're going to be watching that this year.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it with
you.
you.
Yeah, you will be joining me on that.
That movie and that book. I can't believe that's a book they make you read as a kid. Like, I understand
it's
the reason.
supposed to be an allegory for the Russian Revolution. That's what it was.
Okay, I know that, but like, still, it's just like.
Yeah, like Napoleon is Stalin, Snowball is Trotsky.
Yeah.
Old Major
Well, it's
is
like
supposed to be.
The one scene that really scared me.
What's his face? The guy that wrote the.
Is in the movie. It's like when the pigs are having dinner with the humans, and the animals are looking through the window, and because the window distorts it a little bit, they can't tell who's who.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Message.
That was just like. Oh.
That was a horrible Keenan Ivory Wayans impersonation, and I apologize profusely.
I'll stab him later.
You ever seen what's it called? Don't Be a Menace to South Central and Drinking Juice in the Hood.
What the fuck kind of title is that?
Have you ever seen Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies?
No!
No.
I've never seen a movie with... The
first one.
The weirdest movie I've ever watched is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. You know what? I think I've heard of this movie. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember hearing the name.
It's an anime.
I'm sure Cinema Snob might have mentioned it at some point. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Yeah, that's anime.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
It's basically a movie where a girl has like pancreatic disease, and him and this guy who basically he has no friends and he's like trying to keep to himself, and they get like she kind of forces a friendship on him because she's dying, and spoiler alert,
he eats your pancreas.
No, she doesn't even die from the disease. She gets shot.
Well, that's kind of anticlimactic.
It's not. It's like the whole left.
So there's build up to it.
There's build up to it.
Oh, touching.
But like that whole ending half of the movie.
See it with your family.
Yes, I saw it with my little sister. You
said I want to eat your pancreas.
I want to eat your pancreas.
I want to eat your pancreas. Fun
great
for
movie.
All ages.
Great movie. Actually,
Fun for
I do
all
recommend
ages.
it. I do recommend it.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. And maybe something else set up.
Ew.
Joking.
Gross.
You can make erection jokes, but I can't.
No, it is forbidden. It is forbidden.
Okay.
All right, what the hell are we even talking about anymore?
I think we're done.
I think we're done. But yeah, no, I was just saying that the endings aren't that bad. It's just the way they've been depicted on screen. I will say this: the one time Stephen King decided to take the reins of director,
which was
it was Maximum Overdrive.
Okay.
The movie is good. The ending is kind of shit. It's kind of a bit of a
cop-out. What was that one movie where him and another director kept going back and forth to being director?
King? Maybe Creepshow.
Was it the one where the kid...
King and, I think George Romero went back and forth on the direction for those. It was an anthology movie where there's like different stories.
No, it wasn't that. It was one full story. Like, I think because both of the directors like admired what the other did in their works. So they were trying to emulate each other.
And it's in the same movie?
Yeah.
The closest thing I can think to that is maybe Poltergeist and its relationship to E.T. Because Tobe Hooper directed Poltergeist.
I think the original director for the movie died and then Stephen King took over it.
Oh, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, I think. You're talking about AI?
Yes!
AI wasn't Stephen King.
Oh.
AI was Stanley Kubrick.
That's it, okay.
Kubrick made that right before he died, but he didn't get to finish it, so Spielberg took over for him.
That's what I meant, yes.
Yes. Yeah, no, yeah, that Kubrick's for another day. Kubrick is a whole other kettle of fish. But as far as King's
ending... it was a can of worms.
Oh. Shut up. I'm too tired for this shit.
Too tired.
So, so Stephen King's endings, I don't think they're all nearly as bad as people say they are. They're at their worst when the rest of the movie leading up to it is
mediocre.
It's when it's terrible. Like Langoliers.
That was terrible.
The ending was comparable to the movie, and the movie itself was terrible.
The
Golden Years.
Have you read the book Langoliers?
It's probably based on a short story. I don't think so. I never read it. A lot of the TV and movie adaptations that we see aren't necessarily based on full novels. Some of them are just based on short stories. Like, if you look at The Lawnmower Man, that was based on a short story that Stephen King wrote literally about a living lawnmower and something to do with the Greek
Who
god
made the
Pan.
Who made the movie about the living tire?
Oh, Rubber?
That's a dumb movie.
It is a dumb movie, but it has nothing to do with King.
It doesn't.
I don't think King was related to that at all. Although I would not be surprised if he wrote something like that at some point. But no, like Langelier's ending is bad. It's comparable to the rest of the movie. I would argue even the ending of the Langoliers.
I need to get to Boston.
It's the ending of the Langoliers is poorly acted, but the idea of it is just as absurd as the rest of the movie. So I can't really say it's exceptionally bad as an ending. It's just the logical way that this terrible movie was going to go. There was no really way of salvaging that movie with like a better end. There was no way they were going to twist that around to make it better.
Be impressive if they did.
Yeah, like the good Stephen King movies typically have good endings. I wouldn't necessarily argue that it is a great movie. Honestly, it's not.
It's a popular movie.
It's very popular. It's very nostalgic for a lot of people. Tim Curry fucking owns the streets in that movie. It's you watch it just for Tim Curry. If I'm being honest, there's really no other reason to watch that mini series. Yes.
Fuck, I forgot his name. It was right at the tip of my tongue.
From what?
Not a director. Scissorhands and Nightmare Before.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on him?
On Burton?
I think he's a good director.
He's a little hit and miss. I think he's more hit than miss. I will say that. He has an idea of how he wants his movies to look, no matter what it actually does.
And it's creepy.
Beneficial to the story or not.
And it's creepy.
It's creepy, but I think after a while you kind of get numb to it because it's all exactly the same aesthetic.
Oh no, it is.
And,
I love it.
There's nothing necessarily wrong with the aesthetic, but if he's going for a sort of creep factor, it sort of loses its feeling after seeing it so many times. Like we saw Nightmare Before Christmas, we saw Corpse Bride, we saw Coraline. Was that even him?
I don't care. Coraline can go burn in hell.
That wasn't even him, no.
I don't care. He can burn.
Coraline wasn't him. Paranorman wasn't him.
Fuck those button-eyed fuckers.
Is it just that the movie's creepy you don't like it, or do you think it's just genuinely bad?
I genuinely think I hate it because of the character design.
All right, well, we're gonna do that one at some point.
Fuck you.
We don't have to do that one. But anyway, I thought we'd get some material out of that.
No, we will. The thing I hate the most about that movie, really, is the we're going to replace your parents trope, and then it genuinely almost works.
It does.
And I hate that. And like then when the mom transforms into like her true form, spiders. I need a prop gun. Actually, I have a prop gun at home.
What are you gonna do with a prop gun? You're gonna shoot me in the head with it?
Yes.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm
gonna edit it myself.
That's violent.
There's blood everywhere.
That's violent, and it's not gonna be appropriate for younger or sensitive viewers.
Fuck younger and sensitive viewers.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Fuck your viewer discretion.
With the NC-17. Did you know that when the rating systems first went in, there was the PG rating when that first came out. There was also a GP rating that meant effectively the same thing.
What was the difference?
I don't even remember. I just remember I was looking it up at the time. I can't remember what movie it was that got the PG rating. It might have been Reptilicus. I'm not sure.
When we get back to I know this is for film days.
Yeah.
But when we go back to the video games thing, that's where my forte is.
Yes, he is very much the video game person. He is to video games as I am to movies.
Yes.
So he will be he's going to have his own show that we're going to be doing in the Game Cave.
We already have ideas for many games.
Working title is Cody's Cave of Wonders.
Cody's Cave of Carnage, to reference Venom.
That sounds violent. I don't know.
I play a lot of violent video games.
We'll figure that out. It depends on what game you like. What Ring of Red isn't that violent, and Kessen also didn't appear to be that violent.
Who cares about those two games? I'm talking about the other.
I'm just saying those were the two games you mentioned before.
Have you? Excuse me, sir. Have you not seen the violence that is Sly Cooper?
Do Bloodborne. Do Bloodborne.
Ooh, yes. I did play that as a kid.
Good.
Infamous.
He will be doing Infamous and Bloodborne.
I will not be playing for Infamous. I will not be doing the evil route.
Oh.
Because I physically can't.
I think you explained this to me before, and I can't remember why. Why can't you do the evil route?
Physically, I can't because I just feel genuinely bad.
he has such empathy for these NPC
No.
characters.
It's not for the NPCs.
Empathy is very important, ladies and gentlemen.
It's for the main character.
Especially in the world of customer service.
We're customer service.
That's kind of the thing we do, and we're very good at it. He feels such empathy for these NPCs. He can't bear.
It's not the
villain.
NPCs. It's the main character.
It's the
I
main
feel bad
character.
making the main character.
He feels bad making people do bad things. He's a good American.
I am America. Fuck yeah!
You just had to do it, didn't you?
I did.
You just had to go there.
I
All
did
right.
have to go there
You had
because
to-
that's
you
a
had to-
great movie.
You had to go there. Oh, what Team America World Police?
Yes, that's a. It's such
With
sad-
more fucking puppets.
It's so fucking good. I'm sorry, that whole movie is just chef's kiss.
We're gonna be watching a couple of movies with fucking puppets this year.
Are they fucking puppets or are they puppets fucking?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Hopefully, as long as I'm still able to watch Black Devil Doll. Because that's.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yes, Black Devil Doll is on the docket this year. If I'm able to watch it, we will be watching it, and you will see this man's reaction to 5 women getting raped by a motherfucking puppet.
Emphasis on motherfucking.
That's how it's advertised on the poster.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It's like that one movie you showed me,
What?
Boss.
Boss? I didn't show you. Oh, Boss? Oh, no. There is racist shit in this movie. There is also racist shit in that Boss movie that I watched last year. Heads up, Boss is not the full title of the movie. I'm not going into it.
We didn't go into Shub, we're not going into that.
Go back, if you want to see what I'm talking about, go back to December's pictures from in the Facebook group. I talked about it there. And then Google it if you want to. I don't know. It's on Tubi TV. All right. We have anything else?
Nope.
You got anything else? All right, cool. So, this has been the Film Days 2022 pregame. The first reaction, I'm not sure what we're going to actually be doing yet, but I'll be making some maybe minor announcements as the days go by. This has been Cody.
I will be back.
He will be back. I am
will be
Dave.
back.
Go to the Facebook group, Film Days the Facebook group. Please join, engage with me,
He's very
or I
lonely.
don't know what I'll do.
He's very lonely.
I'm very lonely. I need
He's
the
trapped
attention.
me here.
Subscribe, like, ring the bell. I need attention. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye, bitches. Wave at the camera, Cody.